I'm live. You know, I was just chilling and marinating. You know, just taking a lax time. You know what I'm saying? Put that X-lax down, because that's not what it is. Well, my starting point is I like spinning balls and I like to see them glow. Square balls and I like to see them glow. I like spinning square balls and I like to see them glow. Some of y'all gonna say, where you hear that at? In my ear? The angel one. Now, I set it off and then I walked off. You know what I'm talking about? I skywalked off set. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Y'all, some of y'all that are angels, right? You don't think you are, but you are, and that's why you connected. You know, you trying to figure out who like spinning square balls and they like to see them glow, right? You, there was some speculation as to who answered, you know, to the spinning balls that glow, right? By the time it got to a certain region, the meaning was changed. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that that game? I encountered this game in middle school, somewhere around middle school, where you tell somebody something, and then by the time it gets to the last person, everything that was told in the beginning is changed, right? That's what that's about. All right. Now, some of y'all know that I got those curves, put a stalk in front of it on these apps. These are all individuals, right, that are being monitored some kind of way. Now, some of y'all don't realize that this is your job, right? Because you are celebrities. And because this is your job and you don't have no choice, when the big G turn that ear on, you gonna hear some stuff. Now, it's a fraction of y'all that are comedians. And it's so funny, right? Because I know it's you. Some others are speculating, is it you? And some know it's you, but they're not saying nothing, right? The thing about it is, whomever that you hear when your ear get turned on has something to do with your heritage. They did something to someone in a past life or in this one, and they working on the next life. Now, I told y'all that a certain group was told what they did to someone when their ear got turned on. They had a choice right then and there to stop it, to apologize, to try to make it right. What they did was they proceeded on to formulate a plan together, because it's always the group paradigm shift, not the individual ones that do this stuff. What they did was they proceeded to formulate another plan for the future, but they're not that bright. These are descendants of those that took originals places by default. Now, I'm going to explain that, not in its entirety, but I'm going to explain enough to where whoever needs to know is going to understand. Because if I were to explain it in its entirety, that would mean I'd be giving details. That type of stuff comes out in a one-on-one. You know, so now that I got that out the way, I started that. I like spinning square balls, and I like to see. I started that because I'm trying to get this over with. I was playing a game, okay? And so every time I'm just sitting minding my own business, somebody says, either Sergisias. They feel like they're summoning me or are using me to do things. And what they're doing is they're activating something. What do you mean? They're activating something. That card right there. Is that your card? See, this is how it works. I'm minding my own business, and here you are trying to activate your neighbor's credit card that they threw in the garbage. Now, she's gonna leave me alone. Yes, we have, what's them, scragglers or scavengers? Scragglers, scavengers, garbage surfers. Here it is, you're supposed to be sweepering, and you picking in the garbage. Now listen, why y'all be messing with Mr. Charleston White? Why y'all do that? He just be pushing all kind of buttons, right? He be pushing all kind of buttons, and I know it. See, the thing about it is I'm not big enough, right, for somebody to call me out like that yet. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. I want to see who bold enough to call me out. Listen. Charleston White said, F everyone and your mama. Now what you do when you got individuals that you kind of like borderline like them. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of like borderline. I've learned not to say that I like somebody because afterwards they do something. You know what I'm saying? They do something. So I'm gonna say I borderline kind of rock with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna stay safe. You know what I'm saying? He, Mom's just told everything. She just told everything. And y'all catch that? She said, turn it off. He said, nah, that's funny. She said, turn it off like 4 times. He over there laughing because he is funny. But the thing about it is, Mom's told everything. She said he Christian. What that mean? I'm Pentecostal. You know what I'm saying? What does he Christian mean? Now, y'all sit down. Sit down. Because Mom's done told everything. She said, Jonathan has them voodoo itches over there doing the graveyard mash and the icky shuffle. To click your heels together 3 times and bury his drawers in the front and backyard. Ooh-wee. Oh, I'm just waiting for Ray J. Ray J, what you got for me? Somebody said, this is not funny either. I said, from where I'm sitting, it is. Because y'all know what's going on. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, listen, one of them dudes that y'all listening to is somebody that only goes to places where they feel it's a lot of rainbow community. And then he'll sit and say, everybody from so-and-so is in the community some kind of way. I thought what he's doing is trying to see who is listening that is in that community so he can say, I'm coming to your house. You know. And so if y'all bite and start saying, I'm in that community, then he's going to wait to see if he can hear your address somewhere else. Now this one, he feels that he hasn't did anything to an angel. So even if he's being monitored, okay, they're not going to do nothing to him because he hasn't done nothing to an angel. He knows that they're listening, but he wants to see who house he can stay at. This is one of the ones that is in a hotel. When he comes to your Houston, when he comes to your city, he says whoever is trending at that time. He either says he's that person or he says that's this person. At one point, he felt like he was the initiator. Like he was calling these celebrities in. You know, let me tell y'all something. Whoever went to the store this afternoon, y'all got yourself caught up. Y'all sitting there, y'all wondering who know you got connectivity. And I'm going to tell you, everywhere you go, where you are at, is connectivity because that's where the big G put you. You wanted to be around people similar to yourself, and I quote, similar to yourself, so you're around those. What's wrong with that? I'm going to be releasing a reading soon. I'm still working on tier 6 readings. Those of you that are members, y'all's are coming, but you already know what it is. I got to clear all of this out because I don't want it showing up in y'all reading. So that means I'm going to be doing a clearing of the higher tiers. Because everyone down there at tier 1 is either already cool or they working. Now, either what you talking about? I'm talking about everybody that's on tier 1. I'm going to do a clearing of the above tiers because everybody on tier 1 is either already cool or they're working. What's wrong with that? I was rolling. I don't follow Charleston White. I see little snippets of his stuff here. The thing about it is, if I didn't see celebrities and their original content posted on here, I would be talking about my original content. That's what I would be doing. I got I got like 3,000 videos. I'm not talking about views. I'm talking about work, work that I put in. So y'all know that's legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the 3,000 plus videos that I got are legit. Just, just in case you all want to say that I'm doing the whole buying views and subscriber things like the last ones that did that where you're at. I'll be putting them on. I tell y'all, if I say sassafras womp, he'll say that's old school. And it is, but you didn't remember it until I said it. So which old school is that from? Because everyone that is listening to you right now want to know. See, they hurry up and try to start talking. That one there is somebody that feels like he gonna tell on somebody. So he sit and he listen to see what you're doing in your home. Boosie is his favorite topic. This is somebody that I'm talking about the ones on the run. This is why they be all over. This one in Houston right now, he on the run. I told you 6 months ago. You said that's not gonna be me. And then when I said that you missed in a very important day, you said, what's she talking about? Then you realized it was your COURT day. Some of y'all have way too much going on to be trying to upset me. And I do mean upset, not set up. Because according to you, I don't have enough money now, but possibly in the future. See, what they're doing is they're waiting for me to slip up. What could I possibly say when I'm over here and you way over there in Townsend? What could I possibly say? Which one? Connecticut. So he didn't even know the difference between city, state, country, and region. So it's like you really, you way up there in the clouds when you feel like you gonna box with a female, since you want to call me a female. He likes to use female because he wants to know if y'all are the ones that hear him talking to that dude. Because he hears a female voice and he knows it's a dude's voice. He knows it's a dude's voice because he knows it's a dude. And this is why they say, make me sound like... And then if they feel like a celebrity is listening, they'll say, for instance, Webby. And then they'll try to say that you with the rainbow community because they didn't sit here and talk to you in your mind. Now, when of y'all realized that you really didn't want Mickey D's? You were sitting there and you said, why I feel like I want Mickey D's? And it is because the person that talks to you all night goes to Mickey D's every day. A sign. So y'all gotta understand, when somebody is sitting there, it don't matter if you could hear them when you are an ascended being. Even if you ascend, you're in that energy regardless if you descend, because where y'all at, y'all got work to do. Now again, I'm gonna tell you, all of this stuff that I've talked about in the last 6 months, a portion of it, the most important portion for y'all that are listening right now, will be on tier 6. And it's the 6th part of a 6-video series. Now y'all could go back because it's on the community section. Y'all see it's a whole bunch of zodiac sun signs that came out. Some of y'all in it. Some of y'all is the people y'all know. Some of y'all is your siblings, your neighbors, your children, or it's you. And when I said to get the full spectrum, you got to be at tier 6, because When I do a reading for you, you're going to understand your place in it. Because some of y'all was in the same situation, but the outcome was different for you. Now, voodoo is nothing to play with. They're not doing voodoo, they're doing hoodoo. It's a diluted version of voodoo. They don't know how to do voodoo. What they do is get them marked, put a wall in front of it, candles, may or may not have Jesus on them, because they feel like the white ones is the ones to get because that's what they seen in that video. And because certain people ascended, they feel like they could bind them. Now, that's not nothing to joke about. The type of binding that they want to do, they don't know how. But when you can't sleep, you're going to say, it's because of them. And you're right, because I was just talking about that earlier. When someone say, for instance, is he at his mama house? Is she with her baby daddy right now? Using a pendulum? Because some of y'all feel like only the females are the ones using pendulums. It's a dude right now that got his lock attached to a shoestring that uses it. Some of y'all use y'all grandmammy's cross that's on a gold chain. Y'all thinking that I'm just making this stuff up? Y'all do know there is a difference between Jesus and Christ. It's something like a head rule. It's a combination energy. You know, sometimes I get stuff, it's like out of 1,000 things, I get 1,001. That 1%, right, is somebody that respects me, and this particular individual feels like I am opening up the door for black women occultists. Because in their mind, they don't know any. Now, the ones that you are talking about, individuals like Jewel Pookrum and the other woman, it's three of the women that I know that is real popular, especially in the conscious community. They don't consider herself occultists. So you're right. You know, what I do is study and I teach. I teach on a level to where the average person can understand it. What you get from that is your own perception, because your own perception is accurate. But what I'm teaching is exact. So we don't want to get it twisted, because this is my calling. Now, a lot of you know that the average person that is a spiritualist does not make enough money. You know that. They got to have something else going on. But because I am who I am, this is at the forefront. I done said many days, Big G, I just want to go back to work. You know what the Big G will do to you? He'll make it to where they'll forget your phone number, misplace your resume, you know. You get a position way in Kalamazoo and you in Oakdale, California or something. Just like that, you know. Why Oakdale, California? Well, I mean, he always saying I'm in Sacramento, so I'm just saying. I want y'all to understand, right, that what is taking place right now is serious. Those of you that know your family is tied into something, you may hear something one day, right? You'll hear something, and you say, You say, God, I need to know what's going on with so and so. He may or may not turn that ear on. That don't mean you're an angel, but you ask and he giveth, because it's a test. He want to see what you do with the information when you were already told to get a reading several times. The thing about these circles, right? Because what's her name? Blueface Monclosa. Yeah, I believe that's her name. If it's not, no disrespect. She was talking about mental health. Like, I guess she's embarking on a project. You're not one of them 501c3s that's popping up in my reading that says you. So listen, she was talking about mental health. She was just talking with Mr. Charleston White, you know. And she said something on the lines that she know he broke, but listen, that to me, that's like a dig and a jab for a teeny bopper. I mean, publicity is publicity. Some of y'all feel like she responded to it because of what I said about Boosie and Charleston White. Yeah, maybe you feel like he was putting her on, or she was putting him on, or something like that. I don't know. But the thing is, nobody calls me out, but everybody watch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, your viewers watch me because they want to see who over there twitching and stuff. Because when somebody say, I'm whoop, 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 they be like, oh. Because it's a group of them that just listen because they supposed to. You ever just wonder where an influx of views just come from all of a sudden? And you're not really talking about nothing? It's because they didn't heard your name. They want to see how you act on camera. For instance, if somebody say cough, right? And somebody happened to be on live and they cough, they're going to be like, that's him. They doing that to him. They not doing it. Not this group. But they actually do got a spiritual gift. I'm not going to tell you which one because you're going to have to book with me to know that. I'm giving y'all a little taste. Because somebody feels like I give off a lot of information for free about groups of individuals, and he happens to be one of them. He don't know which part is for him because he ain't booked with me. So, he could be somebody that lived next door or somebody that just crept off with your 17-year-old daughter. Oh, Ether. Oh, Ether. Ether, y'all remember that? Because he do. I'm trying to tell you, he remember everything. He remember everything. He has the memory of an elephant. He don't forget nothing. It could be 6 years ago. And he'd be like, right now is the right time. I'm trying to tell you. Which zodiac sign y'all think is like that? Which one? Yeah, the chat is closed. But if it happens to be open somewhere else, Just put it in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about? How many in the chat over there? 0 or 3. When I said I was going to be at a church near you on Easter Sunday, one of them said, she really serious? Could you imagine me walking in the church house? It's going to be so many people leaving out. You know why? Because they don't know who coming behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's finna be exorcism in here. We got to leave. They bought it, but they ain't bought it. You know what I'm talking about? They say, They already speculating in your church if you one of them. Because every time they see you, your eye sockets is getting darker and darker. They said he was up all night before it's different now. It's different now, y'all. Y'all know. They used to slide on up. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. If I went out on Saturday, Sunday came, I'm just not going. Because my era was the one where all the OGs said, look at this heathen. Look at this heathen coming up in here after she done spent all night. Look at her greased up legs. All that baby oil on her legs. That was my era. I was the one saying, Grandma, can you pray for me? Prayers was going up every day anyway. Just because. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of grandma I got. She ain't praying for nobody else's children. That's not my grandma. No, she not. You ask my grandma to pray for you, she gonna look at you like something is strange and unusual. She gonna say, what you need me to pray for you for? That's in that voice. Just like that. She ain't one of them. She ain't doing no prayer circles. You ain't calling her up and asking her to do nothing. I'm waiting for some more voodoo content. Y'all know that's my specialty. So I'm gonna say, moms, no disrespect. Which one you think? She said, the last one, I didn't talk about that, y'all. She said, I need to know what her sign is. I said, yes, me too. Me too. She a Pisces or Aquarius? Spoiler alert. Which one? It's so many, it's 3 of them. Is they the power of 3? No, not yet. Not yet. Shit alive. I know they be on live all the time, right? But the ones snatching your videos know what the public want to see. At least they know, some of that stuff I just scroll past. It's the big G. Okay? He'll make you feel like you need to watch something, because it's a bunch of hot topics. It's a bunch of trending, younger, older, or whatever. But the big G, when you are on his radar, for whatever reason, Ascension, listen, they say, because I don't know if that's her name or not, so I'm not finna call her that. They say moms, Blueface mom, Blueface. Why was you sitting up in the bed without no clothes on? What y'all was doing? You better not let them over there in that bedroom, because they sit on the bed, it's going to be hot cha-cha. Don't allow none of them heathens up there in that room. Y'all seen that short where Blueface said he had some golden retrievers and he doubled back and said, I mean Dalmatians. This is 101, this is 102. I laughed so hard. He funny to me. Here it is. I'm thinking that's how many children he gonna have. And that's how many beezies he got. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine being on Blueface, 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 Blueface Rasta? One of them that you're speculating right now. Says she gonna be his baby mother, and they're having 3. He did not flinch. He was in agreement with that. Now y'all know that blue furniture she has is upholstered, not crushed velvet. Now listen. What y'all think about Blueface? Blueface, Blueface, Blueface! Weight loss. I told y'all that was sodium. Y'all sitting there saying he didn't gain. He looks solid to me. Most of the dudes that I know that come from behind bars, they get out solid because of what they're eating. That's sodium. Water weight. He know that. She said, all you gotta do is, do a number 2 in the morning. It's gonna go. And she know. And she right. I was sitting there saying, he got fried fish. I don't like fish. But she said, he liked my cooking. I think that was a jab. What y'all think? That's like a blow, right? A dude be over there saying she don't never cook. Woo, 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 And when she do cook, it tastes like masking tape. A satin. Listen, when I was that age, I pride myself on being a woman that cooked at home. So she wants some brownie points with me with that one. He liked my cooking. A jab, jab, hook. You ain't got to get disrespectful. That's it right there. That's gonna ruffle some feathers, right? What you mean he like your cooking? That's some OGs. Remember, I just brought your man a Thanksgiving plate because he said that you wasn't cooking this holiday, and I just want to make sure your man eat. That one right there, though. I'm trying to tell you, that's what they do. What you cooking today? Nothing. I was gonna go to Mickey D's, but now I am cooking a gumbo with some hot water cornbread, some rice on the side. I am baking an apple pie, and I am making some Southern pink lemonade. Do you like that? Because I do. Now that's a challenge right there. Do your man like my cooking challenge. Now, stay away from the voodoo section because it's dangerous over here. Share this to Krishan Rock. Krishan Rock, can you cook? That's like a who mama wear panties statement right there. That is it.